Yo, what's up, guys? It's me, Scott, aka Baker Turtle, here back. And today, guys, we have a Pokemon draft team analysis. So, I am back with another league, a new league that I joined, and this time I am as a replacement. So, as you guys should know, I am in the ACDL draft league, currently in the playoffs, and I'm also in the Machamp Lounge, the TML. So those are my two leagues, and I have this new league, the Battle Draft Empire, BDE for short. And like I said, I'm as a replacement coach, so I'm taking over a team that is 1-1, so pretty even starting off. And I guess the previous owner of the team was not liked very much, you know, kind of was a douchebag, and didn't get his battles done on time, and was just pretty rude and just not wanted in the league, and was causing a lot of trouble. So I figured to drop him, and I'm a better replacement, so I'm more reliable, pretty chill, and I can get some wins and some good battles, and I can actually bring some competition to the table. So what made me want to join this league is I looked at the tier lists, and I liked it. I liked it pretty much. And actually, the team I was taking over was really excited to use specifically one Pokemon on the team, but I'll get into all of that in a sec. But before we get into it, please hit the like button and subscribe to your boy, so you guys can let me know that you like the content. And yeah, so the Battle Draft Empire is ran by DARIAN, and so he's pretty cool. But you know, I just gotta say, I do have to say one thing: the doc that we use, the sheets, it's not the best that I've seen. It's pretty cluttered, pretty bad. It's hard to find things, hard to find teams. You have to scroll through a lot of stuff. Hard to find standings. Everything's combined with the West and the East into one big doc. It's just, you know, a hassle sometimes. So my advice in the future, you know, at least, you know, divide the East and the West into their own doc. And, you know, just make things a little bit clearer, like straightforward. Like, here's the standings. Here's the rosters. Here's this. Here's that. Instead of, like, putting a whole bunch into one tab. But anyways, let me just get into the team, guys. So like I said, I took over a team, and I just want to start off by saying that the main thing why I was excited to take over a team is because it had Mega Alakazam. And Mega Alakazam is definitely one of the strongest Megas, super fast and pretty broken when combined with Psychic Terrain and Nasty Plot and all that shenanigans. But I did have the option with 9 changes to my team, which is helpful. I was able to work my team around, and I could fix the team I was given. Did not like it, and pretty ironic that the team I was given was a Rillaboom Hawlucha team. So I'm just gonna name out the team that I had before I made the changes. I had the team consisted. I'll put it off to the right, and then as you can see with the visuals and the video. But we had a Rillaboom, Hawlucha, Magnezone, Toxapex, Lycanroc, Dusk, I believe, Aromatisse, Druddigon, Lurantis, no, not Lurantis, just Druddigon, Palisand, and Komala, along with Incineroar and Mega Alakazam. I decided Incineroar and Mega Alakazam are the two that I want to keep. I think Incineroar pairs really well with Mega Alakazam. It's a good Ghost switch in, a good Dark switch in, and gets Parting Shot, so momentum I can move around with that. So I was like, let me keep Incineroar, let me keep Mega Alakazam for show, and let me get rid of everything, especially Rillaboom Hawlucha. That is trash. I do not want to use that again. I used it in PFL Majors, and now as a result, I am dropping to PFL Minors. So you can, you know, at the very least say that I am triggered when it came to seeing that combo. But I decided to drop pretty much everything else and start from scratch. I looked through all of the Pokemon that were still available in free agents. So I just want to let you know, everything I picked up here were free agents. I mean, I was blown away with everything that went undrafted or not picked up, because I made a beastie ass team with everything that I was given. So I'm just gonna go in one by one. So I dropped, all of that stuff. So now I'm gonna get rid of all the actually, I'll just keep it off to the right so you guys can see the difference in the teams. I'll keep the visuals over here. But I decided to drop Rillaboom, the tier 1, which doesn't belong in tier 1 in my opinion. It's a tier 2. It is pretty good, it can, with the grassy terrain and the grassy slide. But that's not a reliable priority, and it's a grass type. Grass is not good offensively, honestly. But Rillaboom's good. It's tier 2 worthy. It's high tier 2 worthy. Kind of like Mamoswine, kind of like Primarina, things like that. Really threatening, but definitely, in my opinion, not tier 1 worthy. So I decided to drop it for Thundurus. I really love Thundurus. Last time I had Thundurus, I won a championship. And it's just so good. I mean, look at those stats. 115 attack, 125 special attack. So it can be good either way. Base 111 speed, so it outspeeds the 110s. That's super, super good in Draft League, because a lot of Pokemon like Latios and Mega Diancie and shit like that have that base 110 speed. This is definitely going to be able to outspeed. Like I said, it can be mixed, so it actually has a really good move pool on both ends. As you can see, I put here some of the moves that I felt were like worthy of talking about. So I got Grass Knot for those ground types. For the ground water types like Seismitoad and Gastrodon and Swampert and stuff like that. Knockoff, which is always good. Sludge Wave for those fairies, so it gets that coverage for fairies. Sludge Wave also for grass types, which want to come in on the electric. U-turn, so I got momentum. That way I don't have to rely on Volt Switch. Ability Prankster, so I can have Prankster Sub, Prankster Nasty Plot, Prankster Thunder Wave, which can come in really handy if I want to stop a sweeper. I can Prankster T-Wave like Omega Lopunny, for example. But let's just briefly go through the move pool here. Actually, before I get into the move pool, I just want to say the other ability is Defiant here. So Defiant will be good against like Intimidators, so I can be physical and do it that way. But as you guys can see, it gets Bulk Up. Priority Bulk Up can work. Crunch, Dark Pulse. So it's got special and physical Crunch. A dark type move. It gets priority defog, which is nice. Discharge, Flash Cannon is great for like Mega Diancie. Focus Blast, that's really, really good. Don't want to do Hammer Arm. Knockoff Iron Tie, I'm not going to use that. Nasty Plot, like I said. Psychic, it was really good. So things like Mega Venusaur, which would normally wall this without it, but I can Nasty Plot Psychic. Sludge Bomb is Sludge Wave. Superpower is really good for it. Taunt also. Toxic, Weather Ball, Wild Charge, and things like that. Anything back down here? Rising Voltage, that's interesting. Incinerate, so that Incinerate is really good since I can get rid of berries. That's good. Anything else down here? Smart Strike, I guess. Smackdown, things like that. But this is pretty much offensive. I love using a Life Orb or Expert Belt with this. Yeah, so next up I decided to drop Hawlucha for Aegislash here. So Aegislash, really good steel type, a spin blocker, ghost type. Aegislash is just really good. Close combat, King Shield, Shadow Sneak, Swords Dance, so it can set up Swords Dance. It has priority with Shadow Sneak. Close combat to hit those steel types now. It gained that, so that's really nice. Obviously, it can set up with Autonomize. It can do Destiny Bond, Gyro Ball, Iron Head, Psycho Cut, Pursuit, Shadow Claw, Sub Toxic, things like that. So this is mostly like gonna be like a dragon switch in, or like a steel switch in, for close combat, things like that. But yeah, so H-Slash is pretty good. It can be physical or special. It gets Shadow Ball, it gets Flash Cannon, Steel Beam even. So I like that it could go both ways. You don't know what it's gonna be. I could be a cancerous, fucking stall set with Sub, King Shield, Toxic, shit like that. And yeah, so that's Aegislash. So I dropped Hawlucha for that. I dropped Magnezone for Haxorus here. Haxorus, great Pokemon here, especially now that it has Scale Shot, so I can Swords Dance Scale Shot. Boost my speed, boost my attack. It gets close combat now, so really great. Don't need to rely on superpower. Poison Jab for the fairies, and Earthquake. With Mold Breaker, I can hit those Levitate, which is really, really good. That's probably the ability I'm going to use most. But close combat and stuff like that. Let's see what the other coverage I get. It does get Aqua Tail, which is nice. Crunch, Dragon Claw, obviously. Endeavor. First impression, so I'll get that priority. Just in case. Get the Low Kick, Outrage, Psycho Cut even. Shadow Claw, Swords Dance, Taunt, X Scissor. So it has pretty good move pool. And look at that base attack, 147, 97 speed. So I'm going to be able to outspeed things like Kieran Black, Tapu Lele, those base 95s, and even base 96. I think Urshifu is base 96. Could be base 98. I can't remember. But 97, just that weird number is good to outspeed. Just like Thundurus at base 111. 97 is a good spot to have. And yeah, so next up, decided to drop Toxapex for Primarina. So more offensive team. Primarina is a good fairy type. And I was thinking of getting a Azumarill, but I figured let me get another special type. And this also gives me momentum with Flip Turn. So Primarina gained Flip Turn this generation, which is really, really nice, honestly. It also gained Calm Mind. So I can sub Calm Mind, Rest Talk, Calm Mind. Gets a lot of good coverage. And as you can see, Energy Ball, Psychic. Gets Liquid Voice, so I can have Hyper Voice to hit through sub, which will turn into Stab Water. So really good. It's super strong, base 126, and good defenses with base 80 HP and 116 special defense. So it's pretty nice, like I said, it has really good coverage, so let's go through it. It does get priority with Aqua Jet, Calm Mind, like I said. Energy Ball, good for those, what would it be, like other water types, like could be for like Seismitoad, Gastrodon, things like that. Flip Turn is really nice. Hyper Voice, so Ice Beam for those grass types. Can't want me there. Gets Magic Coat, Moonblast, obviously. Psychic for like Mega Venusaur, so poison types trying to come in, like Amoonguss can't really wall me that well. Vileplume or Mega Venusaur, things like that. It does get screens. Shadow Ball is good for it as well. Triple Axle, which is interesting. But yeah, let me see anything down here. I like to look down here sometimes. It gets Draining Kiss, I think. Yeah, Draining Kiss as well. So Calm Mind, Draining Kiss could be nice. Icy Wind. Yeah, so Whirlpool, Perish Song. It has a lot of options. I really like that. Really offensive. Momentum is key here. And I really like picking up Primarina here. But next up, I kept Incineroar. Like I said, it's good with Parting Shot. It gets Iron Head for those fairies. Knockoff is really good. Thunder Punch, good coverage for water types. Intimidate ability. So it's going to be great. Look at that. Those stats. Base 95 HP. So it's going to be able to tank a lot of hits. And 90 on the defenses. I could be Assault Vest with Intimidate, so it's gonna be super bulky. I can give it heavy duty boots, so I don't have to worry about rocks and things like that. It can be just momentum coming in, going out. Parting Shot, and that lowers the attack and special attack, so it'll make my opponent weak. And I can set up with Thundurus. I can set up with Haxorus. I can set up with Premier. I have a lot of setup options, so I can go into. And this is a slow Parting Shot, slow momentum. I like the slow momentum, so I can get the last. I don't have to worry about getting hit. So let's go through more things they could do. Acrobatics, Blaze Kick, bulk up with close combat. So fighting coverage is good for other like dark types. For things like that. Darkest Lariat is always good. Drain Punch if I want to have like a bulk up set and just keep getting HP. Earthquake is good. Endeavor, Fake Out priority, so to break sashes, things like that. Flame Charge, I can boost that. Flare Blitz, obviously. Iron Head, Knockoff. Leech Life is very, very, very interesting to have. But I feel like Drain Punch would be better coverage-wise. It does get Nasty Plot, so I can have that meme option to go special. Does get Overheat, things like that. Scorching Sands, special. Swords Dance. So Swords Dance setup. It gets Taunt as well. Toxic, U-Turn, Will-O-Wisp. So it has a lot of options. I could be bulky, I could be offensive. And another thing that I learned that it gets is, let's see down here. Was it Power Trip? Yeah, look, so look, check it out. Power Trip. Plus 20 for each of the stats boosts. So it's a stab dark type. And with like Flame Charge, I can boost speed. Bulk up, I can bulk up attack and defense. With all those, it's kind of like a dark stored power. And I can actually sweep with that. I've seen that work well. So really like Incineroar here. And then next up, I've got Nidoqueen. I love Nidoqueen. Last time I had Nidoqueen was when I had Thundurus and I won the championship. So Nidoqueen and Thundurus, I really like those together. Nidoqueen, really good to as a electric switch in. I could use Assault Vest, Black Sludge. It gets Stealth Rocks, as you can see. It gets Toxic Spikes, Sucker Punch for priority, Taunt as well. And obviously, you guys know Nidoqueen with Life Orb, Sheer Force can just wreck through teams. But, you know, interesting that it got Body Press. So Body Press is interesting. I can go max defensive sometimes. It's really good to wall some fighting types sometimes. Yeah, so really good against electric types, fighting types, fairies. And very good fairy counter as well. Speaking of counter, gets counter. But I really like the offensive threat this poses with Earth Power, Flamethrower. It can even go physical. It's actually a little stronger physically, 92 versus 75. But because these special attacks have higher base power, it is actually better special because it gets better moves in the special department. But things like Fire Punch and Drill Run, Ice Punch, it gets Ice Beam, High Horsepower, Hone Claws, Outrage, Poison Jab, that stab, physical poison, but it does get down here Sludge Wave, it gets Rock Slide physically, it gets Shadow Ball, Shadow Claw, Stealth Rock, like I said, Sucker Punch, Superpower, Taunt, it even gets Thunderbolt, so all the elemental, doesn't get grass coverage, but that's fine. But Nidoqueen really good, really bulky. It's bulkier than King, but slower. But I like the bulkier version better. But this is my Stealth Rocker. It's also good to break down slow defensive cores. So, like for example, if like Ferrothorn, like a Gliscor, like something that's 4 times weak to ice, 4 times weak to electric, like a Pelipper, or like just any normal water, even with Thunder, Thunderbolt, stuff like that. And yeah, so I dropped who did I drop for Nidoqueen? Let me look. I dropped Lycanroc for Nidoqueen. And next up, I was able to get Serena here because I had Druddigon. I dropped Druddigon to get Lurantis. I was fine with Lurantis. It gets Defog. I needed another hazard remover, grass type as well. But I actually liked Serena better here because it does give me momentum. And so I was able to trade it to, I believe, Kevin. So Lurantis for Serena. Pretty much the same role, but one is physical, one's more special. Lurantis does get contrary. So like Superpower, Leaf Storm, things like that. Is really helpful for that. It does get defog. But I just wanted Serena for the momentum and the coverage. So it does get knockoff. It gets triple axle, which is really good for it, for those flying types. It could help versus like Tornadus. I could be Assault Vest, take a hit, because I mean look at those defenses, 98, 72 HP, that's not bad. 120 attack, really good speed. So 72, that's good to outspeed the base 70s, just a little slightly above that, so that's good. Queenly Majesty, so it doesn't can't get hit by priority. But let's look at the coverage. So knockoff is always good, of course. Acrobatics, aromatherapy. So this could be cleric, it could be defensive. As you guys saw, the defensive things, it can the stats. It could be aromatherapy. I can have it gets synthesis, and I can use this defensively against like ground types, for example, against water types, other grass types as well. But yeah, so gets high jump kick, which is interesting. I don't really like to use that because it could miss, and also with protect, it can get I can get hurt with that. But it does get screens. Play rough is interesting. Power whip, really strong. Stab grasp, rapid spin, which is what I wanted it for. Rapid spin also boosts the speed, so I can be offensive with this. With rapid spin, I could have maybe like a life orb or expert belt or something. Seed bomb, so I don't want to miss the power whip. Like I said, synthesis, taunt, toxic, triple axle, U-turn, and Zen headbutt. So I can actually hit those poison types that try to come in. And yeah, so Serena's really good in that regard. And yeah, so next up I have Passimian. I love Passimian. Passimian's one of my my cornerstone Pokemon, like Mega Aerodactyl, like Scrafty, like what else do I usually get? I got like a Heliolisk. Think Pokemon that I really like to get often. And Passimian is one of these. I really like Passimian. It has a good speed, 80. Really strong at 120 attack. Great HP, so it's naturally bulky, especially on the physical side with the base 90. And I just love its coverage. Its coverage is insane, and its ability to Defiant. Some people forget about it, David, that it gets Defiant, where if you try to lower its stats, like, I don't know, say you Parting Shot on it for some reason, it can get the Defiant boost, or if you Intimidate, thinking you're just going to weaken it, no, Defiant goes off. So it does get U-turn, the Gunk Shot for those fairies. That's a strong poison move. Knockoff is always good against those psychics. And then this is a great Scarf Pokemon. Great, like Scarf or Banded, things like that. It gets Seed Bomb as well. So that's really interesting. Normally fighting Pokemon don't get grass coverage, but this one does. So like a Seismitoad is not well on me. I can actually do like good damage to, I guess maybe not Milotic, because I think it's bulky as fuck. But I can bulk up. So I can go special, defensive, bulk up. Close combat, my strongest fighting stab. Does get counter with like Endeavor, so I can be, for example, encounter with Endeavor, bulk up. Does get Facade, Gunk Shot, like I said. Iron Head for the fairy, so if I don't want to miss with Gunk Shot, I can just Iron Head. Even maybe catch the flinch there. Rock Slide coverage, so rock for flying. Doesn't get Stone Edge, but that's fine. Taunt as well, so I can taunt things trying to recover. U-turn. And anything down here? I don't think so. I did see Gyro Ball, but who's going to fucking use that? Reversal, so I could be Sash, Reversal, Endeavor, shit like that. But yeah, so really good as a Scarfer, even bluff Scarf with like Expert Belt, for example. But Passimian is a beast. I love it. Super strong, good speed, bulky enough to take a hit, and yeah, and good ability. So next up, I have so I took out Aromatisse for Passimian, by the way. Next up, I have Noctowl. I dropped Palossand for Noctowl. This is my normal type, flying type as well. Obviously, besides Thundurus, because Thundurus really isn't a a flying type. It's just a electric type that is not weak to ground, in my opinion. But anyways, Noctowl here, flying, normal Pokemon, good HP, so it makes it a pretty good special wall sometimes. But main thing is it gets defog, so it's good as a defog. It gets Nasty Plot. It also gets Calm Mind, and with Tinted Lens, I can actually do damage, even though with Resisted. It gets Whirlwind, so I can phase things out in case things try to set up. So that's always useful to have on your team. Heat Wave, I can be special with Heat Wave, so I can hit those Steel types. What other ability does it have? Insomnia, so I can't go to sleep. So that could be useful sometimes. But let's look through the moves it gets. It gets Agility. It gets Air Slash, Calm Mind. I can go like Calm Mind, Agility, and then like even Stored Power I think it gets. Yeah, Stored Power. So that's very interesting as well. Like I said, it does get Defog. Dual Wing Beat. I'm not going to be physical. Probably not. Extrasensory for the Psychic coverage. Hurricane. Going to be super strong. Hyper Voice. Going to be really strong. Moonblast. Interesting. Psychic as well. So it has pretty good coverage. Shadow Ball, Roost, so I can reliably heal. It's not like a reliable Wish. I mean, it's not that reliable. You know, I mean, Wish is like the most reliable form of recovery. I mean, am I right, guys? But it does get Roost. I mean, good enough. I'll work with that. It does get Tailwind, so I can like Tailwind, try to win with maybe with Simeon, Serena. You know, if my opponent has fucking sticky webs and I can't defog it for some reason, I can Tailwind. Just get that extra little speed boost. And Toxic Roost, so I can get Toxic Roost, Sub, things like that. And let's look down here. Anything of worthy note? I guess Future Sight, Hypnosis, Cycle Shift, I guess, maybe Silver Wind, I don't know, work up. But yeah, so this is mainly my normal type. My could be special defensive with defog, and it doesn't get U-turn, right? No U-turn. So unfortunately it doesn't get momentum, but that's okay. And then one of the last ones I decided to get, I was like, fuck it. I was thinking of like a lot of different things, but I'm mostly going to be using my other strong. I have a super strong, good like tier 1, tier 2s, and all that stuff. But I dropped a Kamala for Vivillon here. So Vivillon, I remember back in the X and Y days, this thing was a threat. And you just put a focus sash on it, a sleep powder with compound eyes. Sleep powder put the opponent to sleep. Quiver dance up, and it's GG's. Hurricane doesn't miss. It can get Bug Buzz, obviously. Giga Drain to heal. I mean, it doesn't have good stats. I mean, it's frail, base 50 defenses, 80 HP is not bad, so it can live. But 90 and 89, so it's an unfortunate speed tier. It's not really strong, but the key thing to this is compound eyes with sleep powder. So let's look at through the coverage it gets. Aromatherapy, it could have aromatherapy, could be Calm Mind. I think the best thing for this is just straight setup. It does get defog as well. I could have heavy duty boots, defog. I wonder if this gets sticky whips. I'll check right now. It does get energy ball if I don't want to do Giga Drain. Hurricane, like I said, so it gets screens as well. Psychic, so Psychic comes in handy sometimes. Roost, I can heal with Roost. Let's see, U-turn. So what was I thinking of? Yeah, so Hurricane, all this stuff. Stun Spore, Tailwind, Toxic, U-turn, all that jazz. So no sticky webs, but it does get Drainy Kiss, which is interesting. Electro Web as well. Solar Beam, Sunny Day, even Rain Dance, Powder. Oh wow! If using a fire move, target loses a 4th HP. So I mean, I could predict a fire Pokemon trying to use fire, and it just blow it up in their face. Very, very interesting. That's some meme heat shit right there, bro. But yeah, that's gonna be the last one. Besides Mega fucking Alakazam, boy. So my plan is to make this a beast this season. I've never used Mega Alakazam before, but Steven has, and I've seen how great that thing can be. Look at that base special attack, 175, bro. I mean, without any investment, it's already 386. I mean, look at that. All the way it's 449. There's not even a modest nature. Like, what? I mean, let's check it out. Oh, no, let me do it down here. So let's see. Max special attack, 493, guys. Oh my god, that is so powerful. And 150 speed, what's outspeeding this? Besides Regieleki's fucking trash ass. But, you know, unfortunately, it is weak on the defensive side. So things like Shadow Sneak, like priority, like Aqua Jet, Shadow Sneak, shit like that, can wear it down, Fake Out, for example. It can break it down. But it does get Trace. So Trace is really, really interesting for Mega Alakazam. For things like Swift Swim or a Beast Boost or like a Intimidate or a Levitate or Volt Absorb or, you know, just things like that where I can just coincidentally just switch in and take over somebody's ability. Nasty Plot, that thing is broken with Nasty Plot. It's just gonna blast through teams. Focus Blast for those dark types, for those steel types. It does get taunt, so I can actually beat, say, like a Blissey or Chansey 1v1. Can't recover, things like that. Can't, T-Wave me. Dazzling Gleam also for those dark types. Yeah, and obviously gets psychic coverage, but it can be I can be Calm Mind as well. Disable, sub-disable is interesting. I can be Encore, Energy Ball, good coverage there. Expanding Force for if my opponent has Psychic Terrain. Grass Knot, Knockoff, which is pretty interesting. Nasty Plot, of course. Psychic, Psyshock, Recover. It does recover, so I could be like try to be bulky with Recover. Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Store Power, Sub, Taunt, Teleport, T-Wave, Trick. I'm not gonna trick because I got Mega Stone. But yeah, it even gets Barrier, which raises defense. Charge Beam. Yeah, so interesting. Yeah. Nothing down here. Miracle Eye. Psychic hits dark. Interesting. So, but yeah, that's the team, guys. The whole squad is here. So that's my BDE team. Hope you guys liked it. What do you guys think of the team? Let me know. Who do you think is going to be my kill leader? Obviously, I have Mega Alakazam, but I do have Thundurus, I have Aegislash, I have Haxorus, I have Primarina, I have Incineroar, Nidoqueen. I have a whole bunch of threats on my team. And hopefully I can come up with a win. Right now I am 1-1, starting over, taking over the team. And we'll see from here. So I'm going to end the video here, guys. Let me know what you think about the team. And if you guys like it. And you can even give me some constructive criticism. Tell me what I'm weak against. Tell me what I'm lacking and what I should watch out for. Anything like that. But if there's nothing else, then please like the video so I can know that this is something you liked. Like I said, comment anything you can and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I know a lot of you have subscribed, and I really appreciate that. You guys are my friends. I appreciate the views. I appreciate the support. Steven, Aaron, Adam, David, Jeremy, Donald, Dylan, all you guys, Charles, Chris, all you guys have been fans day one, part of PFL, PCR, BRL, TML, just real shout out to you guys. You guys have been supporting me for forever, and just want to give a quick thanks for that. But anyways, I'm gonna end it here, guys. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.